to our final practice together and our final technique. Now this one does come with a trigger warning. I'm going to say a few things that I want you to really take on board, and I'm going to present to you a video that again has a trigger warning with it, but I want you to watch because it gives us two things. First of all, not to get caught up on what's fashionable at the moment. Secondly, that more isn't better in any practice or really in any walk of life, but none more so in the breathing exercises. We're going to practice something called Kumbhaka, it's breath retention, and there are two. There's Kumbhaka Antara, this is where we inhale and hold the breath inside our body, and there's Kumbhaka Baya, this is where we exhale and hold the breath outside our body. In our practice, we're going to combine the two. The holding the breath inside the body is for a shorter period of time. The holding the breath outside of your body is for an extended period of time. And the trigger warning comes in that it's become very fashionable to use these techniques, and more specifically use these techniques with ice baths and cold water swimming, and be taught these techniques from either watching them on YouTube or from a wellness coach or a breathing therapist who's done a weekend course or a 7-day course and hasn't got the experience or the anatomical knowledge to actually take people down the path. And unfortunately, there's been a small number of fatalities in the UK, a much larger number of fatalities in the States and actually throughout Europe. Now, those fatalities aren't necessarily directly linked to the breathing technique itself, but the breathing technique contributed to those fatalities. And the video I'm about to show you is going to highlight what can happen if you don't practice these with awareness, with consideration of how you're feeling in the practice, and importantly, without the guidance of an experienced teacher. So let's move over to the video now where you're going to watch a free diver's response to holding their breath for too long.
Rescue!
Rescue! Breathe, 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 breathe. Breathe, Fred. Breathe, Fred. Breathe, Fred. Rescue breath. Rescue breath. Breathe, 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 breathe. Breathe.
Okay.
Okay. Breathe. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. I'm okay. Keep breathing.
Now, what's important to note here is that you are watching a professional freediver there, surrounded by other professionals who had medical training. Unfortunately, when these techniques are practiced by yoga students and wellness students and breath coaches, they haven't got that same level of expertise or that same level of health advice and emergency aid advice around them. Hence why people are getting into difficulties. What we need to remember is, again, more isn't better. These techniques are incredible and can offer so many profound benefits if we use skill and practice them correctly. And anything that you share with me will take you nowhere near any dangerous zones. When you work with me, when we work in person, we often measure the oxygen in our blood and we can monitor where the heart rate's going and what's appropriate for the person. When we practice together online, I ensure that you're only holding your breath for what we know scientifically humans are able to do so safely and effectively. And importantly for us, it's the intention of the practice. And we want two things. First of all, we're going to use breath holds to help alter our chemical balance. It starts to shift the balance and the distribution of CO2 and oxygen, which therefore shifts the distribution and balance of oxygen into the working cells. First of all, lowering it, and then after that, heightening it. It also starts to change our biochemical balance and even potentially our neurochemical balance, so the brain chemicals that start to influence our behaviour and how we feel. Second part is that we're placing you in an area of challenge, purposely, willfully, intentionally and safely, something that feels uncomfortable, and then helping you develop the skills and tools and techniques to not push that difficulty away, not to become numb to the difficulty, but instead to meet it with awareness and to meet it with purpose, to be able to relax in the face of something that's difficult, in this case, the breathing exercise. But again, when you're practicing, specifically for those who are practicing online, you follow the guidance implicitly. And even if you feel you don't need to take a breath, even if you feel you're in a very beautiful space, a calm space, you're incredibly relaxed and you want to continue to hold your breath, please don't. Because at that point, what you've just seen in the video becomes a very real possibility. If we stay together, that will not happen. We will only get incredible benefits from this practice. Let's take a breath first. Okay, I think I've highlighted that enough, but it's definitely worthwhile. Let's get to the practice. Let's shift those trigger warnings into something that's positive. These practices have become very popular because they seem to work for people. Some people get incredible physiological responses to it. Others get the sense of great calm and also the sense of achievement that they've progressed in holding their breath longer. The practice will look like this. It is always practice lay down so that you feel safe, and at any time you feel dizzy, you're in a comfortable grounded position. We will always breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth because we're trying to purposefully offload CO2. As we start to reduce the CO2 in the bloodstream, it means that when we hold the breath, that trigger and signal to take a breath is dampened, it's lessened, meaning you can hold your breath for a little longer period of time. And it's in holding the breath outside the body that we work with the skill of the practice. You will inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth, and in through the nose and exhale through the mouth, and eventually I will guide you to blow the breath away. Seal the lips and then pause. And at that point, you're holding the breath outside. Before you take an inhale, you're going to look to notice the sensations of the body, and then where possible, relax your body. Now you're going to feel the urge to breathe. You might even feel twitches around the breathing apparatus of the body, so the lips or the throat or the chest. And what you're going to look to do is, as long as we're in the time scale that is on the tape and is guided by me, you're going to notice these feelings arise, and where possible, relax and relax. Stay tuned in, but relax. So you're meeting that difficulty with a sense of ease. Then I will count you in to take an inhale. You'll take a big inhale into the body, fully using the diaphragm. Hold for a shorter period of time, and then you'll let the breath go. And then we'll repeat this cycle a second time and a third time. So just to recap, it will be a fluid dynamic breath, in through nose, out through mouth. It will look like this. You'll be counted in to take this final breath in. Pause. You'll blow the breath away and hold. Seal the lips, you'll hold. When you're holding the breath, you will stay tuned into the body, listen to the guidance of my voice, and relax. You will practice this a second and a third time, and the more advanced practices, the second take that we have is a fourth time. All the while, staying connected to the voice, staying connected to what feels appropriate for your body. Now, if you need to take a breath during the breath hold, then definitely take an inhale, exhale, and then just let your body relax and wait for the second circuit and the third circuit. This is one of those where we can measure our progress. And for many people, in a short number of weeks of practice, they start to notice really defined and tangible changes. They can more comfortably hold their breath for extended periods of time, safely, and it brings them into that sense of groundedness, incredible focus, and quite relaxed as you close. Again, it's a wonderful technique if we can approach it in the right way. We approach it in the way of skill, awareness, and trust in our teacher. When you're instructed to take a breath, even if you feel you don't need to, please always listen, follow the guidance, and take a breath. I hope you enjoyed today's practice. It's a fantastic one, as with all the others. I will see you in class.